Hi, I'm Becky Pallack. I'm a reporter at the Arizona Daily Star.
And I'm Tim Steller. I'm a columnist at the Star.
Today we're talking about the Republican primary in Congressional District 1.
Congressional District 1 is a vast swath of Arizona. About half the state goes from Oro Valley up through Pinal County, all the way to the Navajo Nation and across through Flagstaff.
And political magazines are calling this a toss-up race between the winner of this GOP primary and Democratic incumbent Ann Kirkpatrick. So we have three Republicans in the race. We have State House Speaker Andy Tobin, who's a powerful political figure in Arizona. We have rancher and businessman Gary Keeney, and we have first-time state representative Adam Quazman.
Okay, and I understand yesterday, Becky, the campaign finance disclosures came in, and what did they tell us about the candidates?
So we're learning that Andy Tobin's been busy gathering big donations from big businessmen in Arizona, executives of sports teams, auto dealers, and that sort of person. Gary Keeney, we see, is putting more of his own money into this race, and Adam Quazman's putting some of his own money into the race as well, but running a more grassroots level campaign.
So who is showing to have maybe more donors or a broader donor base?
Definitely Andy Tobin at this point.
Okay. Quazman had an interesting gaffe yesterday that was the latest in a series in this race. We've all seen it now. He was interviewed after attending the protest in Oracle about Central American migrants being shipped to a detention center near there. Asked by Bram Resnick, TV reporter up in Phoenix, about the protests there, Quazman said that he saw the refugees go by and they looked terribly sad. At which point Resnick said, wait a minute, those weren't Central American refugees. Those were kids on a bus going to a YMCA camp. And Quazman had to correct himself and said, well, they looked sad too. How is this race going for immigration, which has been a top issue? I mean, this was a funny incident, but I mean, it's become a very serious issue among Republicans, especially.
Immigration is really emerging as a hot topic in this race. There's new data out that says that immigration is more important to Republican voters than ever, even hotter than when SB 1070 was a major issue in 2010. And this is an area where voters have a clear choice. Adam Quazman says he wants a double-layer fence and National Guard on the border. He wants a crackdown on employer compliance. Gary Keeney says he wants border security too, but he also wants to reform work visa programs so that illegal immigrants who are here but contributing to our economy have a chance to work here legally. And Andy Tobin likes to say he's the only candidate who voted for SB 1070, and securing the border is a top priority for him.
It's an interesting dynamic in the sense that the district doesn't border Mexico and isn't that close to the border. However, one thing it is a rural district, and it's been interesting to see the, I guess you'd call it the iconography of the candidates. Keeney, can you tell me about what he's presented himself, what kind of the persona he's created for himself?
Yeah, Gary Keeney uses a lot of down-home talk. People really relate to him when he's speaking. He loves to wear his cowboy hat.
Yes. I've noticed that Andy Tobin has also taken up a cowboy hat, which has seemed kind of funny considering that he's a New York City native, though he's lived in Arizona for 3 decades. It seems like maybe they're trying to project an image. Is that the way it looks to you?
Right, and Gary Keeney wants to say that he's not a career politician, whereas Andy Tobin is definitely a political insider in Arizona.
Right, and then Adam Quazman, you wouldn't call him an insider exactly. He's new to the legislature, but he certainly projects a kind of enthusiasm, especially when it comes to the conservative ideas and principles that he likes to talk about.
Very passionate public speaker. So this should be an interesting race. We'll know more soon. Early voting begins July 31st. Primary election day is August 26th. You can find all our coverage at tucson.com/elections, and we'll see you next week.